Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. If you are here for the first time, I am here to help spread awareness concerning toxic relationships and help you all be on your journey of healing and restoration. Today I want to talk about 7 tips I did that 7 tips that help elevate my life after leaving a toxic marriage. So to just jump right in, number one, first I reflected. And it was me sitting with myself, asking myself hard questions like, how did I end up in this situation? And what can I do to not get back in this situation? I was journaling. I wrote down things that bothered me, even during the duration of being in a toxic marriage. I always journaled. I feel like that was my way of release. That was my way of journaling and writing down everything that I was feeling in that moment, whether I was happy, sad, any type of emotions. I wrote it down because when I feel like when I journal, that helps me to self-reflect, and that helped me to just write down certain things, because I feel like when you write it down, it's like you get the revelation as you write it. So I always write down, and then it release all that negativity. It release all those negative emotions, writing it down on paper. And also journaling helped me to understand myself even better. As I reflect and journal and read journal entries that I've wrote years ago, it helped me to see how far I done came. Like, I'm thinking different, I'm talking different, I'm acting, I'm behaving differently. Like, I could tell I was such at a broken space. Like, I was so broken in my younger years compared to I am right now. So journaling was my way of expression. Journaling was my way of release. Journaling was my way of going through the healing process, pretty much. Okay, so with that, number two, getting rid of everything that reminded me of that toxic marriage. I know a lot of times we be trying to hold on to memories. We be holding on to like gifts that people that we have been in toxic relationships with. We try to hold on to gifts. We try to hold on to memories. We try to hold on to emotional attachment, like songs. Like, if you would just be triggered if you hear a song that reminds you of that person. It could be a place, maybe a place where y'all favorite kicking spots, or just any place where you spent with this person and it reminds you of this person. We got to let that go, because how can we heal holding on to those memories, whether it be and holding on to whatever, whether it be physical or emotional. Like, we can't heal if we still constantly being reminded of that person. Honestly, I think it's torture. Like, when we holding on, we trying to heal and move on, but we holding on to certain things. You looking at your favorite t-shirt that this person bought you, and it bring back memories. It trigger you, it gets you emotional, or you may have rage, or you may have anger or something. Like, get rid of everything that reminds you of this person. And if you feel like, if it's an apartment y'all done shared, if you were able to, move somewhere where it's a fresh start, where you have absolutely no memories or attachments to that person. It could be like a certain song that y'all, used to jam to. Like, just don't listen to nothing, watch nothing that's gonna make you remember this person if you're trying to heal from them, because like I said, it's gonna trigger you. Like, it was, let me see, like, as I've mentioned before on this channel, I had previous videos where I talk about how God moved me and my children from Chicago, which was where I was born, to here, Fort Wayne. And we pretty much built our whole life there. Like, we was born and raised there in Chicago. So it was a lot of memories to begin with, so it's like, how can I, in the beginning stage, I was still wounded and I was still hurt. So it was like, it hurt me to, be reminded of this person, so I'm glad that God allowed me to move, that he moved me and my kids to a new city where I ain't know nobody, we don't know nobody. So it is literally a fresh start, so, and that's all a part of the healing journey. And number 3, set boundaries. So once you find yourself, you separated from this person, and if y'all got like kids together or whatever that's where you have to be connected. Yeah, I'm gonna use kids for an example. Like if you sharing kids with this person that you're trying to break free from emotional attachments, or to elevate your life, set boundaries. Because we don't set boundaries, then that means people can come and go like a revolving door and just do whatever they want, do as they feel. So you have to set boundaries to protect you and to protect your emotional well-being, your mental well-being, because like I say, if you don't set boundaries, people can feel like they could do whatever they want, and then you'll be back at square one, that attachment again. Like, you gotta close those doors. Like, old things are gone and passed away. Close that door, lock it, bolt it, whatever you gotta do, and move forth. And if you feel, like I said, if you got kids together, make sure, if you feel like you need a middleman, if you feel like you need somebody, you're not that strong yet to like face that person and, do the exchange with the kids, giving them to their parents, the mother, the father, whatever. Just see if you can find a mutual, like a middleman, to take have that person to, take the kids to the other parent. Or I think they got apps and stuff where you can communicate with the co-parent or whatever, something like that. I don't know, I'm not really for sure, but I think I heard they got an app where you can communicate with the person. Or if y'all got to meet at a neutral spot like a police station or something, I've heard people doing that. Just also, you can protect yourself, and you won't be tempted to fall back into that trap and fall back into that snare. Because if you don't set boundaries, you're bound to get sucked back into that trap. In the end, like I said, it's like a revolving door. You back in something that you was trying to get out of. So setting boundaries is very important. Okay, so then number 4, surround yourself around people who care for you, who genuinely care for you, who uplift you, encourage you, motivate you, and to just help expose you to something bigger and better. Just to help you. Like, it could be, just, of course, people that you trust, people that got your back, that ain't gonna stab you in the back, that ain't gonna, judge you as you trying to heal and go through this healing process. Like, just surround yourself around a community of people who will help you, join a church. It's all different type of groups out here on social media, like amongst other, people that's going through the same thing you going through. So you need that community, because the enemy will try to make us think that we in this alone, and he try to isolate us from people so that we won't seek the help, so that we can go deeper into depression, or into being sad and miserable and down and out. Like, find a community, find something that you can do with people, like-minded people who have the same type of goals, that'll help push you to where you need to be. And I guarantee you, it will elevate your life, because 2 is always better than 1. It's always somebody that's out there that been through what you going through. And that's the whole purpose of this channel. Like, the Lord brought me out of toxic, abusive, psychological abusive marriage, so that once he freed me, I can help free other people by sharing my testimony. And it's been going on 3 years now. So now it's like my job is to help the younger generation, the younger women who may be going through this, because I want y'all to win the same way God has helped elevate my life. So far, number 1, reflect. Number 2, getting rid of anything that's going to remind you of that person. Number 3, surrounding yourself around a community, around people who care about you and that will help you get to the next level in life. Number 3 was set boundaries. Number 4, surround yourself around good people. Number 5, shift your focus. So this is key too as well. Like, how can you heal if you constantly dwelling on the past? If you looking back, there's no way you can move forth and look forward. So we have to shift that focus from whatever that toxic relationship was. We have to shift it to ourselves. We have to, like I said, it's kind of like number 1, reflecting on yourself. Focus on what makes you happy. Focus on doing things that'll help elevate your life, like I say, exercise and establishing like your gift, or developing your gift, whatever your gift may be, whatever your hobbies may be, whatever that brings you joy, whatever that makes you happy. Like, focus on that. If you have kids, focus on your kids. If it's on a business, focus on your business. But whatever you do, focus on things that will bring you liberation, things that will help you be the best woman or man that you could possibly be. Because like I said, we got to shift our focus. We got to self-care, rebuilding ourselves, taking care of yourself. Because I know being in a toxic relationships, it drains you. You starting to look like what you're going through. So a part of how one way my life really elevated is when I started shifting the focus back to me, taking care of myself, being intentional about my self-care, because if I don't take care of me, who's going to take care of my kids? If I'm not okay, my kid's not okay. So that's what really made me really go hard for my kids and for myself. I got to do it for myself first and then go hard for my kids, because like I said, if I'm down, my whole household down, and I'm like, I can't have that because my kids, they didn't ask to be here. So I have to be the best version of me for them. My kids deserve the best version of me. So, and then just rebuilding yourself, getting to know yourself all over again, rediscover who you are, rediscover, like I said, what it is that you like, because sometimes being in toxic relationships, we can lose ourselves. We can lose our identity, our whole identity being in that relationship. So redirect your focus to yourself and getting to know you again, getting to know what it is that you like, getting to know what brings you pure joy. That's why I say reflection is key. You have to reflect to get to know you again so that you can heal and be the best version of yourself. All right. Number 6, forgive. So not only we have to forgive the person that hurt us, we not walking around blaming nobody. And that's something that I don't remember. I can't recall if I saw it on Facebook or something, but I think it was a post. I don't know what it was. I can't even remember where I saw it from, but it just stuck with me. Like, we complain about the abuser. We complain about the person that hurt us, but we chose that person. Like, it takes two to choose to like they say, it takes two to tango. So we can't just put the blame on that person. Like, no, I'm not justifying, the behavior. Like, abuse is wrong, it's not okay. But my thing is, we chose that person at a point in time. Our brokenness chose that person, so we have to be held accountable as well. I played a part as well. Like, I wasn't forced to enter into a toxic marriage. Like, it was mutual. Like, we both agreed to be in that union. But that's why I say we cannot blame nobody. Like I said, we chose that person at a particular time, and we chose to go through abuse after event after event. We still chose that because we stayed. Like our actions of us staying in a toxic relationships basically agreeing to that abuse. I know that may sound a little harsh, but that's the hard truth. So it's our job to, once you leave that toxic marriage, relationship, or whatever, forgive that person, forgive them, release them to God. We not wishing no harm on nobody. We not wishing bad things on that person. We just gonna pray for that person. Pray for them, give them to God, and then you forgive yourself. It was so many times like I beat myself up like, oh my goodness, I wasted so many years in this, and why did I do this? Why did I do that? I shoulda, woulda, coulda, all this stuff. But it's nothing that I can do, nothing that we can do to change that's already been done. Like, we just gotta move on and learn from our lesson. They say when you know better, you do better. That's the only thing you can do, is just to move forth. But we have to forgive ourselves. All the negative self-talk, all the, just being mean to yourself and talking down on yourself, that's not gonna do anything. It's okay to vent about to vent, to talk to, close loved ones about it, but we not like down talking ourselves. We not gonna do that. That's like, we just can't harm ourselves like that. We gotta forgive, and just know that, you know what? Yeah, maybe I didn't make the best decisions. We have to, what's the word I'm looking for? We have to, oh my goodness, how did I lose my train of thought that quick? It's gonna come back to me. Like I said, hold ourselves accountable. We gotta hold ourselves accountable. And, right, avoid negative self-talk. Accept it. That's what I meant to say. Oh my goodness. We gotta accept it for what it is. Like, we gotta accept we gotta just accept it for what it was, and to do our best to keep moving forth. Don't stay in the past. Don't stay down. Like my mama always say, it's okay for you to feel it, go through it, have that little moment where you kick, scream, shout, whatever, but don't stay there. Like, it's normal. Like, when you moving on from a toxic marriage, relationship, whatever the case may be, especially like I said, abuse, it takes time. So it's not an overnight process. We gotta just accept it for what it is, accept that person for who they are. And then we just gotta do the best we can to move on. We can't stay there, because time gonna keep ticking. So we can't stay there. Time just gonna keep going. Time is of the essence. Like, we can't afford to just be stuck in one spot and not progressing in life, so we got to keep it moving. Forgive that person, forgive yourself, and move on. Move on with your life, because like, life gonna keep going on. Life don't stop for nobody. Time stops for nobody. So you shouldn't either. Get yourself back up. It's okay. We gonna make mistakes, and nobody is perfect, but we gonna learn from these mistakes, and these same mistakes that we made is gonna give somebody else the blueprint of what not to do. So that's how you elevate in life, And a bonus, number 8, protect your peace. So once you leave the toxic relationship, you reflect, so you won't do the same thing over again. You set boundaries, you focus on yourself, you build a community around like-minded people. Protect your peace, because if you don't protect your peace, who gonna protect your peace? Nobody is gonna take care of you like you. So you have to protect it at all costs. When that toxic person leave, you will get a taste of peace. You ain't gotta be in survival mode. You ain't gotta be just on edge, wondering and worried about if this person gonna come at your throat, or if this person, you just ain't got. It's just calm. So now it's like smooth sailing. Your joy came back, your peace came back. You want to protect that. You don't want to jeopardize your peace and put yourself back in the situation. That's why I say put up boundaries. Put up boundaries to protect that peace, because if you go back, it's going to be worse than what it was the first time. So that's why we have to keep moving forth, protect your peace at all costs, and move forth. So those are all the things I did to elevate my life. And I would be lying if I told y'all everything is peaches and cream. It's been 3 years since I left my toxic marriage, and I'm still healing in certain areas. Like I say, it's not an overnight process. I went through I ain't gonna say a hard, like in the beginning it was hard. It was difficult because it was something new. You know, this person, me and my kids was used to this person. So that was all we knew, you know, and it's like to go from that to it's just us by ourselves. Like, yeah, the peace feel good, but sometimes you, in the beginning, like I say, it's just getting over that hump. And then once, you know, as time progresses and you keep focusing on you, things will get better and it won't bother you as much. So I hope this helps somebody. I hope this frees somebody. You know, like, subscribe, comment, you know, let me know some of the tips that y'all have done. If, you know, if you had experience of leaving a toxic situation, leave a comment and let me know. Engage. Like, what did you do? What steps did you do to leave your toxic relationship? And y'all smash that like button, because I want this video to reach whoever it's supposed to reach. You know, I just want to do the will of the Father. I just want to do my part in life and advance the kingdom. I want these videos to just find people who it's meant for them to hear, you know, in this season. Because like I said, we all in this together, and it's always somebody out there that's been through what you already been through, or what you're going through rather. So yeah, y'all, I appreciate y'all so much, and until next time, peace.